Good morning to all of you. First of all, I want to introduce myself. Myself Ankit Acharya, working as an assistant professor in Hasmukh Goswami College of Engineering. And today my content is GTU question paper solution of the subject of vector calculus and linear algebra of September 2009. So up to question number 2b we already see. So let's see. Question 2c, first part. Solve the following equations by Gaussian elimination and back substitution. So here there are three equations and three variables, and this question asked in 4 marks in this question paper. So first equation is x plus y plus 2z is equal to 9. Second one is 2x plus 4y minus 3z is equal to 1, and third one is 3x plus 6y minus 5z is equal to 0. So first of all we want to write the augmented matrix of the given equations, right? So this is a system of linear equation. The matrix equation for the given system is, here is a matrix. This matrix we can make from these three equations. See, the first row is the coefficient of x, y, z in the first equation, right? So what is the coefficient of x, y, z in the first equation? 1, 1 and 2. So this is first row is 1, 1, 2. This is the second row. Second row is coming from the second equation, x, y, z. The coefficient of x, y, z, that is 2, 4, minus 3. And the third row of the matrix is coming from the third equation, 3, 6, minus 5 into x, y, z, that is equal to, this is B, 9, 1, 0. Now what is the augmented matrix of the given matrix? Here is the augmented matrix. The augmented matrix A oblique B is 1, 1, 2, 9, 2, 4, minus 3, 1, 3, 6, minus 5, 0, right? So first of all we have to convert this matrix into a row echelon form using Gauss elimination method. That means we have to convert the matrix, the given augmented matrix, into row echelon form. And how we convert the row echelon form, the given matrix in row echelon form? So first of all just try to understand what is the condition to become a matrix into a row echelon form. The conditions are, the first condition is, if there is any leading entry, below that leading entry all the elements should be 0, right? So what is leading entry? The first non-zero element in any row, below that leading entry all the element should be 0. Second condition is, whenever you are going from above to below, your leading entry is going from left to right, right? So whenever you are going from above to below, your leading entry is going from left to right, right? And the third equation is, if there is any 0 row, if there is any 0 row, then it should be a bottom of the matrix. It should be a bottom of the matrix, right? So if these three conditions are satisfied, then we can say that the given matrix is in row echelon form. Now the next term is reduced row echelon form. Now if suppose there are system of linear equation and in exam they ask the question, right, that using Gauss-Jordan method, right? So whenever you ask that question by using Gauss-Jordan method, in that case you have to convert the matrix into a reduced row echelon form, and in reduced row echelon form there are two conditions add in these three conditions, right? So the first one is, so these three conditions are already satisfied. That means first of all matrix is in row echelon form. But if you want to make the given matrix into a reduced row echelon form, then in that case these two conditions should be satisfied more, right? So first one is leading entry should be 1, leading entry must be 1, and the another condition is, in any column if there is any leading entry, except that leading entry all the element should be 0, right? So the below that leading entry and upper that leading entry all the elements should be 0 if there is any 0 row. If in any column if there is any leading entry, in that column except the leading entry, all the element should be 0, right? So these two conditions are added in the previous three conditions, then total 5 conditions. If these 5 conditions are satisfied, then we can say that the given matrix is in reduced row echelon form, right? So but in this question we are just trying to make the given matrix into a row echelon form, because in question you can see we have to use Gaussian elimination method, right? Not Gauss-Jordan method. So just it's enough to convert the given matrix into a row echelon form, right? So let's start. This is our augmented matrix. Now this is our leading entry, the 1 is our leading entry. Below that leading entry we want to make 0, right? So that's why we are multiply first row with -2 and add into the second row, and we are multiply first row with -3 and add into the third row. So the first row is as it is, 1 1 2 9. The second row become 2 minus 2 0, 4 minus 2 2, -3 minus 4 -7, and 1 minus 18 -17, right? So the second row is now 0 2 -7 -17. The third row, you can see we multiply first row with -3 and add into the third row. So that's why 3 minus 3 0, 6 minus 3 that is 3, -5 minus 3 into 2 that is -5 minus 6 that is -11, and 0 minus 3 into 9 that is -27. So -27. So the third row is now 0 3 -11 -27, right? So this is our leading entry. Below that leading entry now we have zeros. Now in second row, what is our leading entry? This 2 is our leading entry, right? So and we want to make here 0, so that's why we directly multiply second row with -3 by 2, right? So whenever we have multiplied this second row with -3 by 2, you can see 2 will be cancelled out and -3 plus 3 become 0 here, right? So that is our target. Below that leading entry we want to make 0, so that's why we multiply second row with -3 by 2 and add into the third row. So next matrix, the first and second row are as it is, 1 1 2 9, 0 2 -7 -17. The second row multiply with -3 by 2, so that's why this is 0 0, and when we multiply this -7 with -3 by 2, right, what will be the element? -7 multiply with -3 by 2, that is 7 into 3, that is 21 by 2. 21 by 2 minus 11, right? 21 by 2 minus 11, so that is when we take LCM we will get 21 minus 22 divided by 2. So that's why here -1 by 2, right? So -1 by 2 is coming from that part, okay? Similarly, when we multiply -17 with -3 by 2, you can understand that 17 into 3 that is 51, correct? 51 by 2 minus 27. So that parts become, when we take LCM, 51 minus 27 into 2, that is 51 minus 54 divided by 2. So that's why here -3 by 2, okay? So now this is our new matrix. Now this is our leading entry. Below that leading entry we already 0. This is our leading entry. Below that leading entry we have 0, and this is the leading entry of the third row, right? So now you can see this matrix is now in row echelon form, right? Because it satisfied all the conditions, all the three conditions. There is no 0 row, right? And leading entry is going from left to right, and below that leading entry all the elements are 0. So this matrix into a row echelon form, and now we can easily solve the system of linear equations. So just write down the equations from this augmented matrix, this row echelon form matrix. So x plus y plus 2z is equal to 9, it's coming from the first equation, right? From the second equations, 2y minus 7z is equal to -17. You can see 2y minus 7z is equal to -17, and from the third row we will get minus z by 2, that is equal to -3 by 2, right? So first we get the value of z is equal to 3, right? Z is equal to 3. Put this value in this equation, second equation, you will get 2y, that is equal to 21, right? 21 minus 17, that is 4. So 2y is equal to 4, so y is equal to 2, right? So y is equal to 2, and the value of z and y, put the value of y and z in the first equation, you will get x is equal to 1, right? Easily. So here is the solution. X, Y, Z is equal to 1, 2, 3. The value of x is 1, the value of y is 2, and the value of z is 3, right? So it's quite easy, and this question asking 4 marks. So here to complete the solution, the next question. Question 2c, second part. Show that the matrix, this matrix 3 cross 3 matrix is orthogonal. Now if you want to prove that any matrix, any square matrix is orthogonal, what is the condition to become a matrix is orthogonal? A into A transpose, it should be the identity matrix, right? A into A transpose, it should be the identity matrix. Okay, so that we want to check here, right? So we multiply A into A transpose and let's see what is the answer, right? So here we check A into A transpose. So this is A, matrix A, the given matrix. A transpose, now A transpose means you should know that A transpose is just, we have to interchange row and column, right? So the first row is cos theta minus sin theta 0. This is exactly the first column of the next matrix. The second row is sin theta cos theta 0, that is exactly the second column of the next matrix, and the third row is 0 0 1, that is third column, right? So this is A transpose, just we are interchanging the row and column. Now multiplication of this two matrix. Now that you should know that when we multiply any two matrices, right? So there is a condition for multiplication of two matrices. Okay, the number of column in the first matrix and the number of row in the second matrix, both are same, right? The number of column in the first matrix and the number of column in the second matrix, that two elements, that two numbers must be same. Here both the matrix are square matrix and both the matrix are 3 cross 3 matrices, right? So the number of column or number of row in any matrix all are same, right? But just I am talking about the general case that when we multiply one matrix to another matrix, the first condition is the number of column in the first matrix that is equal to the number of row in the second matrix, right? Otherwise you cannot multiply that two matrices. Okay, and the new matrix, our new matrix, that means multiplication of that two matrices is in form of the number of row of the first matrix into the number of column of the second matrix, right? So as for example, just take 2 cross 3. If suppose our first matrix is in form of 2 cross 3 and our second matrix is in form of 3 cross 2, right? 3 cross 2. So the number of column in the first matrix is 3 and the number of row in the second matrix is also 3. So that's why we can multiply these two matrices, and whatever the new matrix is in form of 2 cross 2, because the number of row in the first matrix is 2 and the number of column in the second matrix is also 2. So 2 cross 2. So here is quite easy because both the matrices are in 3 cross 3. So number of row and number of column all are 3, right? So now what is the method to multiplication of two matrices? Just pick up the first row of the first matrix and multiply each column of the second matrix, right? Multiply with each column of the second matrix. So just pick up the first row, cos theta minus sin theta 0, multiply with cos theta minus sin theta 0. So you will get cos square theta plus sin square theta, that is our first element of the first row, right? Then multiply first row with second column, multiply first row of the first matrix with the second column of the second matrix. You will get cos theta sin theta minus sin theta cos theta, right? And then multiply first row with the third column. You will get 0 cos theta into 0 0 minus sin theta into 0 0 and 0 into 1 1. So 0 0 0, right? This is 0 0 and 0 into 1 0, so 0. Okay, similarly similarly pick up the second row and multiply with each column. So you will get sin theta cos theta minus cos theta sin theta, then sin theta plus cos theta, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta, and then 0. And the last row, similarly pick up the third row of the first matrix and multiply with each column of the second matrix. You will get 0 0 1, right? So just we know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, so 1 here you will get 1, this is also 1, this two terms become 0, this is 1. So you can see we get identity matrix 1. Similarly you can prove, we prove that A into A transpose, that is equal to identity matrix. Similarly also you can prove that A transpose into A, that is also identity matrix in this case, right? So that's why A is orthogonal matrix. Next question, this is question 2c. Find the inverse of the matrix by Gauss-Jordan method, where A is equal to 0 1 2, the second row is 1 2 3, and the third row is 3 1 1. This question asks in 4 marks, right? So when we trying to find inverse of a matrix, 3 cross 3 matrix using Gauss-Jordan method, this is our process, that we are write down here two matrices, right, in the single way, but the first matrix is the given matrix A and the second matrix is our identity matrix, right, oblique identity matrix. So and now using the row process, using the row operations, we want the left hand side, we want identity matrix, and whatever the right hand side part, that is our inverse of the given matrix, right? So now we are trying to make this part, this matrix A, using the row operations, we are here identity matrix, and whatever the right hand side part, that is our inverse of a matrix. Okay, so 0, the first row is 0 1 2 1 0 0, this is 1 2 3 0 1 0, 3 1 1 0 0 1. Now first process is, we are just interchanging the first and second row, because we want leading entry 1, right? Here the in first row the first element is 0, so we want here 1. So you can see in second row the first element is 1, so just interchanging the first and second row, right? That is